Friday morning, and Dick, I'm going to say it. It's a beautiful morning out there.
Yeah, it is a beautiful morning.
The sun's shining, 63 degrees.
It's going to be a great weekend.
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
You're right. Okay, all right. Yeah. Well, we got a lot of things happening this weekend, and we're getting ready for the 4th of July, a week from Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there will be fireworks out at the airport. American Legion's doing that as they have in the past few years, and of course they can always use donations. So if you'd like to donate towards the fireworks next Saturday evening at the airport, why just send it to the American Legion on Main Street. Okay, going to be a great weekend. I see the House passed the police reform bill yesterday. Not sure what's going to happen now, but I can guess that they can't agree that the sun is going to come up in the morning.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Well, I got a little trivia this morning because we're going to talk about some LPL financials that we at First Federal offer later on. But here's the trivia: when was the financial services division of First Federal formed? Was it in 88, 91, or 94? Tanner Lee, sports guy.
Sports guy.
What's going on? Tell us all about the baseball, football, hockey ball.
There's a lot of news this week, particularly for baseball fans. Baseball's back.
Yeah.
Or coming back, I should say. Starting next week, camps will open up on Wednesday for every team at their home ballpark, which will be interesting because some states are getting hit a lot harder with cases than others. We've already seen some guys testing positive on certain teams, so it'll be interesting to see how all that shakes out. But the MLB is scheduled to start a 60-game season on either July 23rd or 24th, and there's a few new rule changes. The designated hitter is going to be implemented in not only the American League but also the National League, so there'll be no pitchers hitting this year.
Okay.
And this
now, what's the reason for that?
Well, they've been talking about trying it out for a while, and I guess since it's a shortened season, why not try it, see how it goes? There's a lot of people that don't like that the pitchers hit. They think it's a wasted spot where they could have a skilled hitter up there hitting, but then you got the traditionalists saying that's how baseball should be with the pitcher hitting. So
yeah,
I see both sides, but I'm more for the designated hitter, honestly. So
I am not.
No, you're for the pitcher.
Oh yeah, that's the game.
Yeah, that's the tradition. You're right.
Game.
It's the tradition.
We're gonna change everything.
Yeah. Well, this next one's a real interesting change. They've been doing this in the minor leagues a little bit. In all games this year that go to extra innings, each team is going to start off with a guy on second base.
Ooh.
So you're going to start off with a guy on second automatically. So,
are they still going to use a round ball?
As far as I know, yep.
For now.
I do know every pitcher is going to use their own rosin bag. That's for COVID concerns and purposes. So that's a lot of changes going on in baseball. We'll see a 60-game season. I guess is better than nothing, but we could see a bad team get hot and maybe get close to winning it all, if not winning it all. So
maybe the Indians go to the World Series and actually
win
it this year.
You can hope, Paul. You can hope as a Cleveland fan.
I'm hoping.
The PGA Tour, of course, is holding another tournament this week, the Travelers Championship, after Webb Simpson won the HBC Heritage last week. But the PGA Tour is dealing with a lot of COVID cases. They had one player get it last Friday and withdraw from the tournament. They had another player get it either Monday or Tuesday before this week's tournament and withdraw. They've had 2 or 3 caddies get it, which resulted in their players, even though their players tested negative, they withdrew just out of concerns. So, PGA Tour has been on top of it. I mean, handling it about as best as they can. But it's going to be interesting going forward because that is a organization that travels all around for tournaments.
Yeah.
So next week, I know they're supposed to be in Detroit. So it'll be something to keep your eye on. They are wearing these watches. I should have wrote down the company, but they're the watches that are supposed to help early detect COVID symptoms.
So Sounds like a gimmick to me.
Yeah, it's different.
Well, everybody will buy one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I got a new watch for Father's Day, but I don't know whether I've got
don't
that
think it
in
has
or
the
not.
capability. And then the NFL, Roger Goodell said things are still on track for training camps to start on time and to hold a regular season, but they did cancel the Hall of Fame preseason game yesterday, and there's talks of shortening the preseason from 4 games to 2. Wouldn't shock me if they eliminate those totally.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. Got a few tidbits this morning. On this day in 1919, the New York Daily News began publishing.
Okay.
On this day in 1977, Elvis Presley performed in Indianapolis, which would be his last performance of his career.
See, don't come to me. No, I'm kidding.
I did know that, but I had forgotten until I read that. So, on this day in 1997, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone was published. It was the first of many books of the series, which ultimately became a movie series as well.
Yeah.
Series of movies, I should say. And on this day in 2003, the Cleveland Cavaliers took a kid from St. Vincent St. Mary's High School named LeBron James with the first pick in the NBA draft. Worked out pretty well for him.
Yeah, I think so.
After he initially left, went to Miami, won a few championships, came back again,
Yeah.
won a championship, then left, and went to LA. So
Nobody stays in Cleveland long.
no, they don't do that. And today is National Beautician's Day. Also, Take Your Dog to Work Day.
Well, you have your dog at work.
He is with me at work. You're right. You're right. He's my assistant, I like to call him. Some days I'm looking for a new assistant. So some days he likes to sleep too much, but
He's sleeping on the job?
oh yeah, big time. I've had a couple talks with him, but I haven't got through to him.
You may have to write him up.
I just might. It's also World Refrigeration Day, Chocolate Pudding Day. I can get on board with that one.
Yeah.
And Canoe Day.
Mm.
Yeah, chocolate pudding. That sounds good.
Yeah, I'm on board with that one.
Yeah.
Can we eat chocolate pudding in the canoe while we take our dog to work?
I don't see any problem with that.
Okay.
Sure, if you can pull it off, go for it.
Now, Tanner, I know you're on some committees here in the community, and you had some meetings this week. Tell us a little bit about those.
Yeah, we had a Rochester Downtown Partnership meeting yesterday. Our main discussion was the Music and Arts Festival that is right now scheduled for August 29th. Of course, we're still having discussions on if that's going to end up taking place or not. We're going to give it a few more weeks, round up and see where things are, not only in the state but around in the county and everything. So we have a couple weeks left, but it's the first one that we've held or that we are planning to hold. We haven't done it before, so if we can't do it this year, we'll definitely do it next year. But it's going to be around the courthouse lawn, have music and arts, of course, and it's going to be a fun event if we're able to have it. And then I'm also on the Habitat for Humanity board. We have one meeting a month. It's the first Tuesday of every month. So we haven't had a meeting for a couple weeks. We have one coming up on July 7th. But we do have a golf outing on Saturday, August 15th that we're already promoting. It's moved up from September to August this year. That'll be 8 o'clock registration with a 9 o'clock tee time. It's $100 to be a whole sponsor, $250 to enter a team of 4, $300 if you want to do both. And you can mail a check to the Fulton County Habitat for Humanity at P.O. Box 843, Rochester, Indiana 46975. You can also contact me if you want more details or have any questions.
Okay, we got a big event coming up tomorrow from the Mentone Flying Club.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
They're holding their annual pancake and sausage breakfast tomorrow morning from 7 to 10, and that'll be at the Fulton County Airport. I'm not sure how many years they've done this, but I know it's
Lots.
quite a few.
Yeah.
Airplane rides will be offered from 9 to noon,
Yeah,
weather depending, of course.
Okay, now you have to stay 6 feet away from the pilot.
That'll probably be hard to do in some of those
Yeah, those little
Areas.
planes are
Mhm.
about 4 foot wide, I think.
So maybe masks will be required. I'm not sure, but
probably will.
airplane rides are $20 per person, $10 for children 12 and under. Breakfast is $5 per person. So looks to be a good event. So if you want some pancake and sausage, get out there from 7 to 10, and maybe even take an airplane ride.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you, Tanner.
You're welcome.
Oh, a milestone. Most people don't know about this, but Lordstown Motors was launched yesterday. That's in Lordstown, Ohio. Some investors there a year ago bought this General Motors plant, and where the General Motors was making lots of different things there, and so they have come up with an electric pickup, a utility pickup truck. It's unique in that the motors there's one motor in each wheel. That's what drives the vehicle. So they're very excited about this. They think 600 employees next year, and they plan to make 20,000 of these utility pickups.
Wow.
I don't know how they're going to sell those against the Ford 150 because they're coming out with an electric also. So.
Yeah, and then they got the branding and the tradition behind that name. So
Yeah, it is. That's right.
Mhm.
So we'll see. We wish them luck. Okay, some flowers this morning. WROI for sponsoring yesterday's radiothon. Thank you for doing that.
Hey, it was the least we could do.
And they raised over $8,000.
Yeah, that's our soft total. Brian's got a feeling there's still some checks coming in the mail, so he
Oh
said he'd
yeah, I've
have
heard
a
that. Checks
hard-
in the mail.
and that's dollar for dollar, right?
Yeah.
So technically, some of it.
yeah, the first 5,000.
First 5,000. Okay.
So soft total with the matching dollars, they're sitting at 13,000.
Okay. I got what you mean.
So
Great.
No, that's a great giving in Fulton County is a kind of a common thing. So
yeah.
that's a great thing for our community and the foundation doing that. Well, we mentioned last week, I'll mention it again, we need to take a look at the flower pots. They're beautiful, and the landscaping around the courthouse is really done well. So,
Yes.
also some flowers to Nate Baker. He's new vice president of enrollment at Taylor University. Did you know him?
Yeah, he was a year older than me in high school. We were in FCA together, and always a really good student. And so seeing all his post-education success doesn't really surprise me, I guess.
Well, he was a Lilly recipient
That's
of
right.
the scholarship back in his high school days. So, congratulations to him. Also to REMC, I see their Roundup program has given $500 to the Bark Park.
Mark Park. Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be a park for dogs.
Yeah,
right?
that was one of the, or is one of the projects that one of the groups in my Fulton County Leadership Academy has been working on.
Okay.
And then I didn't know where they most of our projects, if not all of them, have been kind of on hold since March.
Yeah.
So I didn't know where they've been, the progress on that. So it's good to hear that they're still going forward with that.
Yeah.
Well, in money news, the Dow was up 299 yesterday, closed at 25,745. Grissom is going to get a new VA clinic that they're going to that will serve Fulton County veterans, along with adjoining other adjoining counties. That's a great thing. It'll be great for our veterans. As a very a convenience. I see Sally by the seashore has made the top 20 ice cream joints in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, we gave them a little shout out on our Facebook and LinkedIn page and Twitter page yesterday.
Yeah.
Job well done for them, and much
Oh, yeah.
much deserved. They do a great job, and both in their Rochester and Winamac locations.
That's the good news. The bad news is supposedly they won't be here next
Yeah,
year.
this is their last season in Rochester.
Yeah.
Why is that?
That's a good question. I'm not really sure. I guess I don't want to.
I know they said as the season starts to come to an end, they're going to sit down with us and kind of give us an
Kinda
update
discuss,
and explain
okay, 'cause-
everything.
So I know there's a few kind of rumors out there, so
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah,
to misspeak on those.
Well, we'll talk to the mayor then.
There you go. He should know.
Okay. Okay, we had some nice rain this past week, make the farmers smile a little bit, and the corn crops are really doing well, and the soybeans, and the corn is knee high by
Yeah.
the 4th of July, and more, and more, and
Yeah.
more. Okay. Our lobbies are still closed, but we'll be opening soon. You can always bank on us online or your mobile apps, which is free to download. We have many different mortgage projects, such as conventional loans, one-step construction loans, premier first-time home buyer loans, and more. We got lots of things, don't we?
We got lots of things, and with our mobile app, which is free to download on your Android or Apple device, you can check your checking accounts at any time. You can deposit checks. You can do person-to-person payments through Zelle. You can do quite a few things. So, lock your card, unlock your card. So, all types of things.
Okay, now for new accounts, what are we giving away now?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Right now, we're offering simply free checking accounts, simply free business checking accounts, of course. And when you open up a checking account, you get a free party tub. So the party tub gifts came in. We had been waiting on them. We had a cooler tote that was kind of the replacement gift or the holding gift until the party tubs came in. But the distributor got them in, and they're pretty neat. They're great for your a little family gathering or a gathering with friends with social distancing guidelines, of course.
of course.
And put ice in them, and they're good inside or outside. And they got a little drain plug too, so if that ice melts and it's full of water, you just pull the drain plug and it drains right out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's
What more could you want?
Now this would be good for tailgating.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, come in. We've got them now, and take a look at them. We offer commercial lending for businesses. Contact Lindy Breeden. Also offer financial services. Contact Mark Blueball or Bryan Bell today for more information. Bryan Bell.
Yeah, I think he's standing over here to my right. I think he's
Oh.
going to be on in just a moment.
Thought he was just walking through town and decided to come in.
You never know with him.
Welcome, Bryan. We're glad you're here. Okay, let's look at a lot of things that are going on. Bryan Bell, step forward here. Be our guest this morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Good morning. Glad to have you here. And you're with our financial services. Been a few years.
Yes, absolutely. Just over 2 here at First Federal, and it's been fantastic. And obviously, there's been a lot of changes going on, and things have happened since December of last year. And it's good to see your guys' beautiful faces this morning.
I'm not sure we'd call all of ours beautiful.
Okay, tell us a little bit of what services that First Federal has to offer in your field.
Yeah, sure. So the Financial Service Department team, we're here. We're here to able to provide a comprehensive financial outlook for you and a plan. Sit down with you, make sure what your goals are, what your needs are, and then really plan that out and make sure you're diversified and ready to weather any storm. And honestly, no one knew what was going to happen since March, and that's really unprecedented, and all the changes that have been going on even still today. But I really think people need to look back and really think about diversification, and not just in the sense of like bonds and stocks that like most people think of diversification, but even like short-term goals and short-term, and like we look at CDs and bonds and annuities, and I think that's the diversification I'm talking about. I think you need to know that you have this bucket of money over here that can't lose, right? It's not going to participate in the down market. That's where your CDs come into play. That's where your annuities come into play. And then over here you got this risk bucket on a certain allocation that you're comfortable with, and then maybe even diversifying a little bit to capture more upside. And that's what we offer, is just a full scope plan to look at all your financial needs and make sure that you're ready to weather any kind of storm, because we know change is going to happen. We know uncertainty is always going to be there. So we just got to be ready for that. And I think sitting down with the financial advisor, Mark and I, and working alongside Wendy, we can get you all fixed up at First Federal.
Okay, now we always got people retiring, and they retire with some 401ks or retirement benefits. How can we help them?
Yeah, so we can sit down because as you're leaving your employer, you have a 401k or a pension plan with your employer, and we can roll that over into an IRA so you can control that then into your retirement years. And I just want to, on a side note, I mean, with all these changes that have been happening, you may have went through a job change here recently. You may have either been laid off or decided to take another...
That's called a furlough, not a layoff.
A furlough.
Yeah.
But if you're not going to return to that employer, then you probably have a 401k there. So you need to come see us, roll it into your own individual retirement plan, and then be able to invest it how you wish as you continue down your career path. But as you're retiring, yes, you want to look at all your goals. Maybe your IRA needs to produce you some more income. Maybe Social Security is not going to supplement your lifestyle. So then you can roll your 401k and look at some avenues to produce some income for you. And then we can build those different strategies with you there into those retirement years.
Okay, I know we opened a new product line recently in the insurance area. Tell us about that.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. So this past year, January, we kind of pushed it all out. We have an insurance department agency there now, and no sugarcoating, that's me. And basically you give us a call, and we can actually sit down and review your Medicare coverages now. So we can go through Advantage plans, your Medicare supplement, your drug plans. So people that are either turning 65, or maybe you've already had insurance and you're healthy and rates keep going up, maybe you need to just look down and look and review that policy, and maybe there's a different policy out there that'll fit your needs, that'll save you some money. Also, unfortunately, if you're on Social Security disability, after 2 years you're eligible for Medicare. You may not be 65, but you actually have Medicare after 2 years being on disability. So we can help those people as well, because you need to know how Medicare works for you, what your drugs are going to cost, what if your doctors are in the network, and then we can sit down and help you with your supplement, Advantage, and prescription drug needs.
Okay, we're speaking this morning to Bryan Bell, who's with First Federal Financial Service Department. People that want more information on this, how can they get it?
Yeah, so just contact us at First Fed. It's 574-223-1705. You're more than happy to call the general number 574-223-2128 and ask for Mark or I.
Now wait a minute, who's Mark?
Mark Blueball is the founder. No.
Okay.
He helped start that financial service department, and that question, the trivia question at the end is Mark was part of that. Dick and Mark, can you elaborate on that? How you?
Oh, well, we decided to set up this financial department, and Mark contacted us. He was already in the business over in California. So that was 32 years ago. Mark's been with us ever since. Where is he this morning? Sleeping in someplace?
Yeah, sure. He's always been an early riser, so I'm sure he's listening to this radio show. Yeah, he's around. And what's been unique too in this whole situation is we've obviously been working from home, but we have our phones, we have our computers. We're able to service our customers. We're able to do everything online. And so he's been very active, and he still is. Today we just unfortunately don't get to see his beautiful face as often as we would like. But yeah, I'm sure he's listening and is fielding phone calls right now.
Okay, all right. Bryan, tell us some products that you haven't mentioned that the public out there might be interested in.
Yeah, so I'm going to mention that, but I want to mention real quick, so the Secure Act, some highlights on some tax changes, and with everything going on, we're just going to slide in this other bill that could change your world, right? So you don't have to take your RMD this year. So they just suspend.
Not take my what?
Yeah, I know, right? Your required minimum distribution from your.
Yeah, you got to assume that's a tough one.
Yep, I know. In the financial world, there's a lot of acronyms. But the required minimum distribution. So if you have a qualified money, if you have an IRA, 401k that you rolled into an IRA and you're retired and you were 70 and a half and you started taking those minimum distributions that the government said you got to take now, you actually don't need to do that this year. So you need to be aware of that. They also made the new age is 72. So they made that change as well. So you don't even have to start your required minimum distribution until 72 now. They've made some changes to the 401k plans where you're able to actually borrow money against that now, and there's the payment plan structure. So there's all these different types of tax planning strategies. We are not tax accountants, but obviously very well educated into the tax, but we definitely always will bring into an accountant when we need to get down to specifics. But then some other products I like to hint on is the indexed and fixed annuities. We use those investing strategies. We don't use those necessarily to annuitize your money. That's what usually people think of when you have an annuity is you annuitize it. We don't use that strategy. We actually, within an annuity, will use the investing strategy to help with that diversification of your risk.
Okay, you got a lot of things on your plate.
We do.
That's good. All those things can help you be more financially successful.
Absolutely, yeah. Sitting down and having a plan is number one, and sticking to that plan, no matter what happens, is right up there with number one. I mean, you want to be able to, no matter what's happening, you want to stick to the plan. You want to sit down because you're going to be prepared for those hiccups. You're going to be prepared for those volatility markets. When you have a plan, you want to stick to it. And you have a well-diversified plan with money that you know you can't lose in the market because of the investment strategy that you're using, and you're high risk over here. So I think a lot of people have maybe gotten that March statement, and that's really made them check, do I like this risk? Can I stomach this risk? Where am I at in my age? You know, how long do I have till retirement? And I think all those things were in a silver lining that's happened is people have been able to look at their portfolios and say, I need to sit down with a financial advisor and know what I'm getting into and know that this plan is here. And I even had obviously won't mention names. I had a customer, he literally retired April 1st. Did we pump the brakes? Did he not retire? No. We had a plan set in place. It was extremely volatile. And we joked because it's like, perfect timing. But he had a plan in place, and he's going to ride that plan out, and he's going to be okay because of his diversification, and he was, still be able to enjoy his retirement.
Well, that's great. Bryan, thanks for stopping by this morning. Appreciate that. Tell what's his name. We missed him, but not very much.
Mark says hi.
Okay, I need to make sure that we're legal. I did not mention our NMLS number, which is 399927. That'll keep us out of jail, Tanner?
Yep.
Okay.
Slacking over there, Tanner.
Our trivia this morning was when was Financial Services founded at First Federal? We already touched on that. When we hired Mark Blueball 32 years ago, that's when it started. Okay, a little words of wisdom from Henry David Thoreau, American author. He says, to affect the quality of the day, that is the highest of arts. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Look
Will.
forward
Thank you, Bryan.
to
Thank
seeing
you,
you
Tanner.
in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah, we won't be here next week to celebrate the 4th of July, but you guys will be open and working hard.
First Federal will be open on the 3rd of July.
All right.
Okay.
Look forward to talking to you on the 10th.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you.